for the year 2023. I, Pema Bhutia, am your MC for today, and on behalf of the entire Jasonian family, I would like to extend our appreciation for your presence today. Greenhill School joined AHLIS in the year 2022, and this is the first AHLIS event that we are hosting, and I hope you'll thoroughly enjoy it. As we gather here for this event, I would like to request the chief guest, our beloved Principal Ma'am, and the panel of judges to kindly join us on the stage to light the traditional diyas to mark the beginning of this event. Thank you so much, respected guests. It is my great pleasure and privilege to introduce the esteemed panel of judges and a distinguished chief guest for this prestigious inter-school competition. Each of them brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to this event, and we are truly honored to have them with us today. As a token of our esteem and appreciation, we would like to present the chief guest and the judges with garlands. I would like to call upon Mrs. Nisha Pradhan with the traditional khadas for the garlanding ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for our esteemed chief guest for this event, the Dean of Salesian College, Sonada, Dr. Terence Mukhya. He is phenomenally renowned for his wide array of work that he has achieved. Dr. Mukhya has authored 8 books and has hundreds of articles and poems under his banner. With more than 20 years of experience in teaching and working in the education management industry. He also happens to be a very dedicated social worker and the president of the Sonada United Christian Minority Welfare Society. Respected sir, your presence here today adds immense prestige to our gathering. Next, I would like to request Mrs. Nisha to come and garland our elite panel of judges. Our first judge for the event is Mr. Nikhil Pradhan, HOD of the BCA Department, Salesian College, Sonada. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The second judge for the event is Mr. Jeevan Pradhan, Senior Computer Teacher, Godot Memorial School, Greenhill. I would like to request the judges to take their respective seats.
A very good morning. Namaste, Sevaro, Tashidile, Tariman, Sevani, Kapulo, Meso, to one and all present out here. This is Principal Sapnadi Mandal, Principal of Greenhill English School. I would like to begin with a few words. This is not the first time AHLIS has organized such kind of program, but as already our MC told you all, that we joined AHLIS last year only. So this is the first event for us. So in the beginning only, let me seek forgiveness if we fall short in anything. So without taking much time, I'll begin with my welcome. I take this privilege to welcome today's chief guest, our respected and dearest sir, Dr. Terence Mukhya, Head of English Department, Salesian College, Sonada. It's really great to have you, sir, though we have not met since long time. And you are a true source of inspiration to each individual in our area. Today, students from different areas have come, so I expect you will share a few words of inspiration with us. Next, I welcome our respected judges, Mr. Nikhil Pradhan, Head of Department BCA, Salesian College, and Mr. Jeevan Pradhan, Assistant Teacher, Greenhill Memorial School. I know it's not an easy task, but still you people accepted our request. So let me thank you and welcome you. Now, to go on, I would like to welcome all the teachers from different schools, as we are not known to each other except for Srikant sir, our dearest Srikant sir. So others, welcome to our Jasonian family. This is the first time that you people have come here. So please enjoy and feel comfortable. Welcome you all. Now, I would like to take this time to welcome those without whom this program would have not been successful, like my dear students. Today, you are representing your school. Okay, so no stress, don't panic, feel comfortable, feel at home. There's no other professionals out here present. We all are teachers. Take us, your teachers. And whatever you have practiced, perform it with full heart and soul. All the best and welcome to Greenhill English School. I also welcome my dear staff and our sound system Daju. Hope you all will enjoy this program. I take a few seconds to welcome my hometown school, Rockville Academy. Thank you for being here. It's really good to see you all. I'm from Kalimpong, so special welcome to you all. Now, with this, I'd like to take off from the stage and once again welcome you all and thank you. Have a great day.
Good morning to one and all present here. I thank you for giving me this beautiful opportunity to be the chief guest for the day and for this program. So, with permission from the principal of Greenhill High School, I would like to declare AHLIS Inter-School PowerPoint Competition 2023 open.
Thank you, sir.
Of the modern life, providing entertainment, social interaction, and even educational benefits. But it also comes with vices of its own, excessive screen time, and the potential for addiction. So through this PowerPoint presentation, we hope to establish how imperative it is to know that moderation and balance are the key. So the presentations today you'll witness are not just about the competition, but they are about the real life skills that you are developing. That being said, to carry forward the rest of the program, I would like to invite our hostess, Ms. Priya Damam, to take over the stage.
Thank you, Ms. Pema. A very good morning to everyone. I must say it's a great pleasure and honor for Jesonians to be hosting such an important event. Now before starting the presentations, I would like to rephrase the rules and regulations once. There will be two participants in each school. One will be the presenter and the other one will be the operator. There will be two rounds. First round will be the presentation round and the second round will be the questioning round. The judges will be asking questions related to the topic and software. Each participating school will have 5 minutes for the presentation. After that, a warning bell shall ring. You will get extra 15 seconds to wind up if needed. After that, a final bell shall ring. Now to decide the order, we had asked the school representatives to pick up the sheet, and from that, we have got the following order. The first school that will go on stage is Assembly of God's Church School, Darjeeling. Second, we have Gyanoday Niketan, Darjeeling. On third, Greenhill Public School, Korsham. The fourth school that is going on stage is Himali Boarding School, Korsham. On fifth, we have West Point School, Darjeeling. On sixth, Rockville Academy, Kalimpong. On seventh, St. Augustine School, Korsham. And the final school that will go on stage is St. Anthony's School, Korsham. And in all matters, the decision of the judges will be taken as a final decision. Now, without much ado, the first school that I would like to call upon stage is Assembly of God's Church School, Darjeeling. Please put your hands together for the school. We have Master Ashish Sharma and Ms. Pemayanji Serpa as the representatives of the school.
Good morning to one and all present here. I, Pemayanji Sherpa, as a presenter, with Ashish Sharma as an operator, is here to present a PowerPoint presentation on effects of video games on cognitive mind. Video games have become an integral part of the modern culture, and their effects on cognitive mind is a topic of ongoing research. This presentation will provide a comprehensive analysis of the benefits and the limitations of video games on cognitive mind. To understand the effects of video games on cognitive mind, let's understand what cognition involves. It involves perception and judgments, recognizing, conceiving and reasoning. It is the state of knowing. The thought process involves the conscious and unconscious process by which knowledge is accumulated. Examples of cognition includes paying attention to something in the environment, learning something new, making decisions, solving problems, and using memory. Further, types of cognitive processes includes attention, language, learning, memory, perception, and thought. Moving towards the effects of video games, as contrary to popular beliefs that video games have dumbed down our minds, but studies have shown that video games can increase the size and connectivity, and it also stimulates neurogenesis, that means the growth of new neurons. It also increases gray matter, which houses the cell body of the nerve cells in the brain. Gaming can also have therapeutic cognitive benefits as well. Moving forward to the types of gaming, we have Super Mario. As participants playing 3D platform games like Super Mario have shown growth in the hippocampus after the experiment of regardless of whether they were response learners or special learners. Moving forward, we have educational games. As our research conducted showed that educational games like NeuroRacer can improve short-term memory, helps older people boost mental skills, and it also helps us to have educated beneficial social and emotional skills, empathy and cooperation,
This is Minecraft.
mental focus and self-regulation. We all know that excess is harmful for everything. So, recent studies at McGill University shows that obsessive hour after hour indulgence is harmful. It also leaves our brain at autopilot mode, which does not allow our brain to use cognitive memory system. Further, playing excessive gaming can also lead to development of neuropsychiatric illness such as depression, Alzheimer's disease, attention deficit disorders, suicidal thoughts, poor emotional regulation, and social anxiety. As we all know that game rage is real. 56.3% of regular gamer experience bout of extremes and uncontrollable anger. So, what makes a gamer so angry is because of repeatedly losing the same level, other players using hacks and cheats, game bots, grippers, and scampers. So, what is the solution? As we all know, balance in life is the solution to everything. We can still enjoy the goodness of technology if we have a proper balance between the virtual and reality. Some of the helpful tips include: set time limits, schedule your time, play outdoor or team games, set boundaries, and most important, don't forget to sleep. Along with that, also don't ignore rating, as the most common mistakes made by our parents is to allow M-rated games for their children and teens. Ignoring M-rating is forgoing the ill effects of video games on psychological role. So, before we go, just remember that video games are created by human beings by using their most important organ, the brain. It was developed to serve as a form of exercise, educational, simulational, or psychological role. It was not created to control and destroy our lives and make us brain dead. So, play hard, but play wisely. Thank you.
for the questioning round. And for that, I would request the judges to ask the questions to AGS school.
Okay, I'll just keep it very quick. A simple question. What extension do we use when we say PowerPoint file?
4.5.
Yeah. Do you know what is the extension?
So the extension of PowerPoint
Yes.
.pptx.
Very good. Okay, so I'll write to question one more thing. Is it possible to save the PowerPoint file as a video file?
Yes, sir.
How can we do that?
So by formatting the video, by formatting the PPT.
Is it possible directly from the home tab of the PowerPoint?
Yes, sir.
How will you do that?
By going to the home insert tab, then going to the video, then we can do it.
Okay. Question was half, answered correctly. You can go to the export, session of the PowerPoint. Through that export, option, we can do that. Okay. So thank you.
Thank you, judges.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
So good.
It's a very wonderful your presentation was very wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I just want to ask you only one question. Can you tell me what is a placeholder in the PowerPoint? What is a placeholder?
So placeholders are the lines or boundaries in which the text are there or present.
Thank you.
May I please ask the judges if the questions are over? Thank you, judges. Thank you, participant. It was indeed a great start for today's event. Well done. Now you may please take your seat. Please put your hands together for Gateway Niketan. We have Master Arhan Daksh Chetri and Miss Akriti Guru representing their school.
Good morning, everyone. I, Arhan Daksh Chetri, stand before you to speak on the topic Effects of Video Games on the Cognitive Mind. The video game is an interactive digital entertainment that is played via a computer, a gaming console, phones, tablets, etc. So now let's look at the cognitive mind. It is the mental process that humans use to think, read, learn, remember, pay attention, and ultimately comprehend information and turn it into knowledge. So, the effects of video games on the human brain is not clear-cut. It can be both beneficial and harmful. But video games are deliberately designed to be addictive. Every second of color, light, purpose, task, and instruction is carefully crafted to keep the players gaming for as long as possible. So that brings us to the question that does too much gaming rot your brain? Now let's look at the negative impacts of video games, starting off with dopamine deficiency. Long and frequent hours of gaming will release huge amounts of dopamine over and over. Now the brain will try to stay in balance with the body and shut down the ability to receive dopamine. And in this process, the body becomes dopamine deficient. Hence the players feel tired, irritable, anxious, and struggle to concentrate. And now let's look at the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is not fully developed until the age of 25. So, the young gamers cannot weigh the pros and cons of immediate rewards like another few hours of gaming against the long-term goals. Excessive amount of adrenaline is drained into the bloodstream while gaming, which increases our heart rate and blood pressure. The blood shifts to the limbic system, which can cause brain fog. It also releases the stress hormone, which is cortisol, which may cause the brain's neurotransmitters to stop functioning correctly, which affects our mood and ultimately causes depression. And now let's look at some of the negative impacts of video games, which include headache, back and neck problems, obesity, and the list goes on. Hence, most of the negative impacts of video games are due to the excessive use of it. But, and that's a big but, ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk, the greatest brains of all time, said that a part of the reason why he got interested in technology is because of video games. He says that video games is a very powerful force into getting children interested into technology. Video games help increase the cognitive flexibility as it stimulates the various parts of the brain. A neurological study revealed that the children's brain receive the same amount of stimulus as they do from traditional play. And now let's look at the cognitive benefits of video games, starting off with quick decision making. Now, gaming requires the ability to make quick decisions and pay attention to details, so it's very engaging for the players due to its sensory-rich and cognitive stimulating nature. Secondly, visual tracking. Video games challenge the eye muscles to move and focus quickly. As a result, someone who plays video games usually perform better on the visual acuity test than those who don't play video games at all. And now let's look at mental flexibility. Gaming is workout for your brain. Studies have shown that playing video games may increase the gray matter of the brain, which is associated with muscle control, memory, perception, and spatial navigation. And now let's look at multitasking. Gamers react rapidly to any stimuli. There's a lot of mental stimulation from the action on the screen. Players must coordinate their hearing, moving, and seeing at once. It makes them better at rapidly switching between tasks and adapting to changes. And now let's look at spatial reasoning. Playing action games induces changes in a number of sensory, perceptual, and attentional abilities that are important for many tasks in spatial cognition. It will sharpen their visual attention skills and improve their capacity for visualizing three-dimensional objects. Memory. Functional MRI brain analysis found that children who played video games for 3 or more hours per day showed higher brain activity in regions of the brain associated with attention and memory than those people who never played. Hence, games are transforming the brains of people who play them in largely positive ways. So ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I'd like to say that people said that video games are bad for you. Well, that's what they said about rock and roll. Thank you.
So, from Canada, right? Okay, so first of all, I like the way you present. The communication was nice, superb. Okay, your accent was very nice. Okay, I'd like to ask you one question. You know, we have a shortcut button while we do the slideshow. Okay, so which key we need to press when we do the slideshow for a shortcut?
When we begin from the starting, we press Ctrl F5, and if you want to start from any current slide you're on, we press Ctrl Shift F5.
Okay, very good. Okay, somewhere in the presentation, you also mentioned about Elon Musk. Okay, so who is he?
Elon Musk is a founder of SpaceX, and he's the greatest brain of all time.
Okay, so in terms of motor vehicle?
So can you repeat the question?
I guess he is also a CEO and architect of famous, vehicle Tesla.
So
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Aryan, right? Aryan.
sorry.
In your last sentence was people say it's good or bad. Video game is bad, right? What do you see? Is it good or bad for you?
So
what's your take on that?
So thank you for the question, sir. What I feel is, if people play video games in...
Forget all people, I want your perception. What do you think? Is it good or bad?
So if you play it in a good way, it's good for you. And if you spend hours and hours of 3 or 4 hours per day playing it, then it's generally bad for you. But if you just like to take a break from studying, let's say for studying, just playing video games for 30 minutes, then it can actually be refreshing for you and it's good for you.
How long do you play in a day?
So I play for, in a day I play for about 20 minutes to just refresh myself up.
Which game do you play?
I play Clash of Clans, and I play some word puzzle games as well.
And can you tell me in which software was it developed?
Supercell.
Which software was the back end of the software? Do you have any idea about that?
So can you repeat the question?
You said your favorite, what's your favorite game you said?
Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans. Can you tell me in which software was it built?
So I'm not aware of the software, but it was created by Supercell. It's a billion-dollar company.
Okay. Now the question to you, ma'am. Yeah. So I asked you about shortcut key. I'll ask you about shortcut key. How do you start and end a PowerPoint presentation? What's the shortcut key to start and end your presentation?
Could you repeat the question again?
What is the shortcut key to start your presentation and to stop your presentation? How do you start? What is the shortcut key to start your presentation?
Control F5.
Control F5 or F5?
F5.
So you're going with Control F5 or F5?
I do not understand.
What is your answer? Are you going with F5 only or with Control F5?
To start from the beginning, it's Control F5.
Okay, you're all going with F5. Okay, and how do you end?
Escape.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. The third school I would like to call on stage is Greenhill Public School, Koshio. Please give them a big round of applause. We have Master Sayan Bose and Ms. Rene Guha representing this school.
This is a simulation game set on a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play on moderation, take break, and play responsibly. I hope this is not something new to your ears, and I'm sure about it because I saw a few faces smiling at the back. Well, for those who are not yet hit by the new waves, then let me make it simple for you in 4 simple letters. That is PUBG, Players Unknown Battleground. Well, today we are going to talk on a similar topic like that. But gamers, don't be too proud because I'll be talking about the effects of it, but not what you are thinking. Now let me formally introduce my topic, that is effects of video game on cognitive mind. A very good morning to the honorable chief guests, judges, teachers, and everybody present here. I, Ryan Guha, with the wizard behind the screen sign coach of Greenhill Public School, is here to present our presentation before you. Join us to uncover the effects of video game on cognitive mind. Technology has advanced from all the levels, which we could not have imagined. But the gaming industry has surpassed its limits. Just imagine, a simple game of snake and ladder could be transformed to its ultimate form, and the graphics of snakes could haunt you even in your dream. Well, I think I'm going ahead of my time as well as my topic, so let us dive into the negative points of video game on cognitive mind. And the first topic is addiction. There are several harmful addictions that people are addicted to, and among them I can frankly add this industry in the list of top 5 harmful substances because here is a graph that shows the rapid increase of users day by day and addiction towards this industry. Moving on to the next topic, that is reduced physical activity. Earlier games were different from today's. Previously, games were made to sweat, experience the mud and the joy of being with friends. But today's games made to lift up the controller, sit on the sofa lazily and get surrounded up by unhealthy snacks and drinks. Well, I think I've portrayed some of your weekends, but don't you think it's unhealthy for our health? And there are some points which need to be covered up in negative. They are risks of developing disorders, cyberbullying, sleep disturbance, degradation of health. Moving on to the positive, that is improve visual processing. Imaginative planning is everything, starting from our next home design to mathematics to spaceship. I would like to run my Unreal Engine when our physics teacher teaches us about collision, and I would like to put my worst enemy on the driver's seat. Improve visual processing helps us on visualize things before the things is being portrayed, and it has helped in many personas in this field like artists, architects, graphic designers, interior designers, photographer, videographer and video editor and many more. Moving on to the next point is strategic thinking. Where do we place the cannon? Or what is the best thing to do? Upgrade the barrel? Or should I train a dragon or a minion? I think we all have read the strategic planning to loot the next village. I'm talking about fan favorite game, Clash of Clans. Similarly, we make a strategic plan during our examinations to complete our syllabus and during even our my presentation and also during a wedding or a trip. So there are a few more points which need to be covered up. Those are enhanced cognitive flexibility, improved problem solving skills, teamwork and collaboration, increased motivation and engagement, improved eye-hand coordination. In the end, I would like to share my based or unbalanced opinion I would like to humbly end my opinion by saying that the negative and the positive impacts does not depend on everyone. It depends on individual to think and it does not depend on general impacts. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Now judges, will you please proceed with your questions?
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Okay, I'd like to ask one simple question. What shortcut key do we use if we need to add this slide in between the presentation?
Control plus N.
Control plus?
N.
Is it N or M?
N.
N or M?
N.
That's what I'm asking. Is it N or M?
N.
Paka. So why do we use pie charts in the presentations?
We use pie charts to represent a graph.
Why do we need to represent in a graph?
Because it shows the data about the theory.
Not satisfied with your answer. Can you please elaborate?
We use graphs because whatever the speaker says,
I'm not talking about graph. I'm talking about the chart, pie charts. Statistical figure, bar chart, pie chart, whatever it is, the charts.
Because pie chart shows the percentage.
Statistical figure of a data. Okay, thank you.
Okay, are you nervous? Okay. Can we install online videos in a PowerPoint presentation? Is it possible? How?
We can download it and save it and then insert into a PowerPoint slide.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, participant. Well done. Please take your seat. The fourth school we have is Himali Boarding School, Korshong. Please put your hands together for Himali Boarding School. We have Master Aryan Koner and Master Ankush Sinha Roy in this presentation.
Before getting into the presentation, I'd like to start by defining the topic. Let's start with video games. A video game is an electronic game that has an interface designed for human interaction on a video device. Simple. Whereas cognition includes all conscious and unconscious processes through which knowledge is accumulated, such as perceiving, recognizing, conceiving, and reasoning. It is also the mental action or the process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. Ladies and gentlemen, do you consider video games to be a waste of time or a purposeful activity? A very good morning to everyone present here. I am Aryan Koner with my operator Ankush Sinha Roy, representing Himali Boarding School. And today we will be presenting on the topic, effects of video games on the cognitive mind. Before discussing the harms of gaming, it's only fair to mention the benefits at first. Aside from being entertaining and a fun pastime, video games can help us to improve our mental flexibility, which means it makes us better at rapidly switching between tasks and adapting to changes. It can also help us to improve our multitasking ability by improving our attention capacity. Video games can help us to become a better problem solver. Most games are designed like complex puzzles that take several hours to solve. This, however, increases one's problem solving capacity. A very good example to my point would be the game BGMI. The gaming community is quite familiar with this game. This game helps people to strategize better to solve problems with ease. Games like this focus on building strategies that can help the people to survive. Hundreds of players take part in this battleground to test the survival of the fittest. This game makes one develop a sense of what they should do if they want to win. Video games can help us to ease pain and reduce stress. I guess we all can relate to that. We all distract ourselves from pain by focusing on something else, which is one way video games can help us to relax after a long, stressful day. Another example to my point would be the game Minecraft. It allows the players to fully immerse themselves in their virtual environment. This keeps the gamers off the real world concerns and provides a sense of escapism. This game is so creative. It truly allows the players to express their creativity to the extreme. It also allows the players to focus on the present moment, which helps to release stress and worries. Moving on. Since everything has its pros and its cons, it would be unfair to neglect the other side of the coin. So, let's talk about the negative effects of video games as well. When gaming takes over a student's life, the boundary between purposeful and obsessive use is crossed, and it can have serious consequences, such as lack of motivation and poor focus. When children are exposed to violent forms of media and games, they get influenced by it, and then they try to mimic it and exhibit in a more aggressive behavior. The best example I can give is the popular game called Blue Whale, where many teenagers lost their lives and broke the headlines. Addiction to video games has left an impact on many aspects of health, such as worsening medical condition, anxiety, depression, and social functioning disorder. However, along with the diseases, let me tell you its cure as well. There are numerous approaches to overcome video game addiction. Stay hydrated, get some exercise, have healthy snacks on hand, set limits to your gaming time, give your eyes a break, and most importantly, stretch and sleep. Did you know gaming also affects your educational reforms? Gaming reflects a beneficial impact on your educational integration, as it makes subjects engaging with active participation and understanding. With all my points laid out, I rest my presentation on one final note. Excess of anything is always bad. Likewise, even excess of gaming can hamper the development and can negatively affect the cognitive mind. Therefore, one should do in moderation to reap its benefits to the fullest. And just like everything, even my presentation has come to an end. My team is open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Now we will begin the second round. Judges, you will please answer questions.
Thank you for the presentation. First of all, I would like to, thank you for, presenting very well and you expressing the content which you like to, jot it down in not in only in terms of graphics, but the way you express your sentence and all, sentence framing and expression are very good, and the way you collect the examples, very nice.
Thanks, sir.
So coming over the questions, a simple question: why do we put hyperlink in presentation?
Sir, to go to a video form where you can put video and certain pictures and or text to go to the address of one video.
Is it only about video?
If video or image.
Can you elaborate?
So like we added one hyperlink to our presentation, but it was not working.
Okay, so how can you explain the hyperlink? Why do we use hyperlink in presentation?
So to explain something in videos by videos.
Okay. Okay, simple question next. Why do we put header and footer in presentation?
So can you repeat the question?
Why do we put header and footer?
So to put certain topics or elaborate the topic.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What is a motion path in a PowerPoint presentation?
So it is a type of animation where certain pictures or text can move to a type of reaction also. So thank you for that.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, participants. Thank you, judges. For a wonderful dance performance.
Video games have both negative and positive impact. First, let us know what are the positive impacts of video games. Playing video games can control the cognitive performance in a wide range area. Action video games can improve your reaction time without decreasing accuracy. 3D video games can improve your recognition ability and spatial memories. According to the surveys and observation conducted for 2,000 children found that those who are reported to play video games 2 hours or 3 hours or more per day have performed better on cognitive skill tests than those who have never played video games. With the advance in technology, the video games have also reached, the benefits of video games have also reached the education field. The teachers are using the games aspect, benefits of games aspect to transmit the knowledge to the students, and it is based on 3 key factors. And it brings life into education. It boosts motivation to study. It gives opportunity to practice. As a wise man I've said that every coin has a flip side. So even video games have a negative impact. As it can cause stress, anxiety and even isolation if the if the addiction gets severe, it can disrupt sleep pattern. Playing games, video games for late night can cause sleep disrupt and can cause various diseases, leading to the attention deficit, and many others. According to the surveys presented on the American Psychiatric Association annual meeting had held on May 1st to May 3rd, 2021, it stated that video games are promoting aggressive behavior to students and adolescents. Case 2 is that mental charge from 3 children who presented at emergency department at Buffalo General Medical Center due to aggressive behavior was reviewed. Number 3 is 2 boys had episode of physical aggression over a video game in which one of the boy has chased his brother with a knife because of the harmful effect of video games. Anything in excess is not good, so moderation is the key. Finding the right balance is very crucial, and enjoying the video games in moderation can help reap the cognitive benefits while minimizing the potential harm. Now let's talk about the age and content consideration. Different age groups may be affected differently, so parents should monitor the content and duration of the game play. Now, to conclude my point, I would like to say that video games have both positive as well as negative effects. So, responsible gaming and moderation is the key to minimize the potential harm while maximizing the benefits. Thank you.
My question is, can you please give me one more example regarding the action video game and the simple playing video game?
So could you please repeat the question?
Can you please give me an example or explain the term action video game and a simple playing video game?
Action video games include those video games in which there are lots of actions and strategies to make. And one example is BGMI.
Okay, what effect does it have in the cognitive development of a child?
Too much of playing video game continuously for 3 hours more or more than that can have the various effects. They can lead to diseases like ADHD. Thank you, sir.
What is the extension of PowerPoint?
PPTX.
Now, what is the trigger in context of animation? What is the trigger? What do you understand by the word trigger in the context of animation?
Could you repeat the question?
What do you understand by the word trigger in the context of animation?
To start the animation.
School we have is Rockwell Academy, California. Please put your hands together for Rockwell Academy. The representatives are Master Naitik Lakotia and Miss Sneha Pooja Singh.
Good morning to one and all again. I, Sneha Pooja Singh, along with Naitik Lakotia, are representing Rockwell Academy for today's presentation on effects of video games on the cognitive mind. I will be highlighting on the evolution and origin of video games, its meaning, its impact, both positive and negative, and will be offering a suitable conclusion. Albert Einstein once remarked, "Play is the highest form of research." Even the English proverb, "all work and no play," means Jack a dull boy, brings out the importance of play. Games are indeed a creative and mindful expression of the human spirit about the origins of video games. Since its commercial birth in the 1950s, gaming has blossomed into one of the most profitable entertainment industries of the world. In 1952, AHLIS created Noughts and Crosses or Tic-Tac-Toe as a part of his doctoral dissertation. In 1958, Tennis for Two game was created on a large analog computer connected with oscilloscope screen. In 1962, Spaceball, a compact video game, was introduced, which could be played on multiple computer installations. In the 1970s and 1980s, companies like Metal Electronics, Coleco, and MTEX Industries made numerous electronic games coupled with inexpensive microprocessors. The early 90s saw the 16-bit home consoles, which marked as an evolutionary step for this genre. From 2000s, the gaming industry saw a shift in demographics with mobile gaming on smartphones and tablets. Today, the mobile technology has revolutionized the industry, opening doors to a new generation of gamers that even grandmas know what Mobile Legend is. Now, not a day passes without media headlines not covering the impact of video games. The discussions regarding the impact of video games features on social media, television, and other platforms. However, the COVID-19 pandemic gave further visibility to video games as pastime and as means of social distancing. Now, I would like to talk about the positive effects of video gaming. Multiplayer online games are said to be good for virtual social interaction. It helps with coordination and encourages cooperation, and also helps with fostering relationships with new people. Video games can help people cope up with failure. Losing can be frustrating, but when played cautiously, it is linked to mental health benefits and better moods. Role-playing and other strategic games are good for other strategic games are good for problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and decision-making. Visuospatial skill is another benefit of video games. It is the ability to recognize, remember, and derive relationships between objects. Games can also act as distractions from pain and psychological trauma. Lastly, the gaming industry has opened a number of job opportunities for the creators of games and gamers. Moving on to the negative effects of gaming. The most common concern is addiction to gaming. It can lead to negligence of activities like schoolwork, physical activities, and socialization. Excessive gaming can lead to physical problems like obesity, eye strain, back pain, as well as psychological disorders like anxiety, depression, and aggression. Serious gaming competitions affect your behaviors, which can lead to antisocial and aggressive nature. Positron emission tomography, or PET, conducted on gamers who play violent video games showed that their specific brain regions respond differently, leading to anxiety and aggression. Studies show that just 10 to 20 minutes of playing can increase brain activity, leading to arousal, anxiety, and reduced activity in the frontal lobes of the brain. Now, I would like to conclude by saying that the effects of video games have become an controversial popular topic, but the social aspect of gaming has grown beyond playing social games. It is important to take steps to game responsibly, which means to bet less than you can afford to lose, limit gaming activities, and avoid gaming when other responsibilities are more important. Playing games can have both negative and positive implications on your quality of life. So it is important to be aware of your play, balance it, and game responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Judges, you may please begin the second round now.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. I'd like to ask, as you mentioned in the presentation, what do you mean by analog computer? analog computer? It was mentioned in your presentation.
So, analog computer is like firstly it was used in the old times during 90s.
Okay, so next question. What do you mean by live PowerPoint presentation?
For the question, sir, live PowerPoint presentation means to show the presentation on the screen on the real timing of the it is like to show the presentation on the live time which is like going around us.
Like what you have presented right now, is it a live presentation or not? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll continue with the same question, right? Now, which version of Microsoft Office did you use?
So we have used Microsoft PowerPoint 2007.
Does this version allow you to do a live presentation?
It does allow us to do the live presentation.
Does it allow you or does it? No. Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, participants. Now, the next school we have is St. Augustine School, Corsham. Please put your hands together for St. Augustine. The representatives are Ms. Nandini Chetri and Master Aditya Sarma.
Cognitive and character skills work together as dynamic complements. They are inseparable. Skills beget skills. More motivated children learn more. Those who are more informed usually make wiser decisions. Quoted by James Greenhill. A very good morning to one and all present here. Today my co-partner Aditya Sharma and I, Nandini Chetri from St. Augustine School, Persia, are here to give a presentation on the topic effect of video games on cognitive mind. We live in the era of information and technology. The use of information and communication technology is ubiquitous. Technologies like video games have become very popular not only with young generation but also with older people. And now let's start the presentation with understanding what a video game is. Well, it obviously needs no formal introduction, so let me put it this way. It is a computer control game where players interact with objects displayed on the screen purely for the sake of entertainment purpose only. Over recent years, the video game industry has seen a rapid growth and so has the influence in the video game experience on people's daily life too. Recently, there have been an increasing interest in the cognitive benefits and skills that playing video games may have for its players. Recent research suggests that playing video games even for a short period of time improves the performance on a number of tasks that measures visual and attentional abilities. Playing video games releases a hormone called dopamine, which is also called the happy hormone. And now, let us discuss the positive effects of playing video games. Point number 1. Enhances spatial visualization. Video games helps a person to think in 3 dimensions. It also helps to judge the distance mentally more efficiently. Also helping in figuring out where an object can fit. Point number 2. Improves memory power. Games require attention to every small details and for multitasking, eventually helping the players to develop the hippocampus of the brain, which is responsible for better memory power. Point number 3.
better problem-solving ability. Whether it is a puzzle-solving game, a time challenge game, or any other game, they help to develop problem and obstacle-solving skills in the players. Point number 4. Boost decision making. Multitasking games and fast-paced games require quick action to complete the given target or objectives. Hence, prompting the brain to take quick decisions, also encouraging social interaction for success. Point number 5. Strengthens cognitive flexibility. Video games make you constantly switch between left and right brain functions. This increases the brain flexibility and cognitive functions. But as there are many positive cognitive effects of playing video games, at the same time there are negative effects too, such as physical health risks including repetitive strain injury, headache, body ache problem, obesity, and heart-related issues. Mental health conditions too, including anxiety, stress, depression, and aggression issues, poor academic or professional performance, social disconnect, and relationship issues. Hence, I would like to point out that playing video games have both positive and negative consequences. However, when video games are played with moderation and with mindfulness, they are a viable source of stress relief as well as a catalyst for mental health improvement and development for social skills. And just like the saying goes, anything taken in excess can taste bitter, so making the right choice of how much and when to play video games is of great importance. Lastly, I would like to conclude with a famous quote by Nolan Bushnell. Video games foster the mindset that allows creativity to grow. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Judges, you may please ask the questions now.
Thank you for the presentation. I'd like to, congratulate this team because, I can see the interaction between the operator and the presenter. You two were not looking at each other, though the timing of the slide were very up to the point, and the way you memorized all the slides, it was remarkable. Okay, thank you. I'd like to ask the same question again. Okay, if you are aware of it, what do you mean by live PowerPoint presentation?
Live PowerPoint presentation means to show the presentation live on any online websites.
Okay, very good. Next question. Why do we use templates in PowerPoint? Are you aware of templates?
Could you please repeat?
Why do we use templates in PowerPoint?
We use templates in PowerPoint because they are the blueprint of the slides or a group of slides.
Okay, thank you.
What is a motion path in PowerPoint presentation?
Motion path is an animation element.
Okay, now next one. Can you name some environment in PowerPoint? Software, talk about software. Name some environment of a PowerPoint software.
Like normal view, outline view, slide area, task pane, drawing toolbar, reading view, slide master view, slides view, slides pane.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, participants. Well done. Now, the final school that is coming out on stage for their presentation is St. Andrew's School, Corsham. Let's welcome them with a big round of applause.
Imagine a world where your every decision, your every move is not just a game, but a profound exercise for your mind. And today we'll discuss about this very world, the world of video games and the fascinating effects on our cognitive abilities. A very good morning to one and all present here. My name is Ronak Singh and the operator for today is my fellow friend Kisholai Mandal, and we represent St. Anthony's School. We all know that there are many different types of video games, and here we will briefly talk about a few of them. Firstly, we have action video games. These are fast-paced video games such as Call of Duty or PUBG. Next, we have survival video games such as Minecraft, which can improve our survival skills as well as our creativity. Thirdly, we have puzzle games, for example, Candy Crush. These types of games are liked by many people, even the elderly. And lastly, but not the least, we have strategy games. I'm sure we all have heard of this game particularly called Clash of Clans. Now that we know the different types of video games, let's move on to learn the cognitive functions of our brain. Here we can see this is the pictorial representation of our brain, and the outline part is the frontal cortex. And its different functions are memory, problem solving, decision making, critical thinking, attention, and understanding. Now that we know the different cognitive functions of our mind, let's move on to learn the positive effects of video games on our cognitive abilities. Firstly, we have improved reaction time. And for this, I would like to present a graph based on a research done by the Central Washington University. Here we can see on this graph the reaction time of gamers and non-gamers, with the gamers having a reaction time of 300 milliseconds, and the non-gamers have a reaction time of 340 milliseconds. A reaction time difference of 40 milliseconds, which can be quite drastic if you compare the two. Moving on, video games can also enhance our multitasking abilities. And for this, I would like to present another graph based on a study done by the University of California. Here we can see that both the participants of non-gamers and non-gamers at the starting point of 30%. And over the course of 6 months, we can see that the multitasking efficiency of the gamers went from 30% to 70% above. And the multitasking efficiency of non-gamers actually decreased from 30% to 20%. This clearly solidifies my point that gaming can improve our multitasking abilities. And lastly, we have improved problem-solving skills. There are many games that can improve our problem-solving skills, and a study found that teenagers who played strategic video games had better problem-solving skills in real life as well as better grades in school. And as we all know that where there is light, there are shadows to be found within as well. And so we move on to the negative effects of video games on our mind. Firstly, we have impaired attention. According to a study, it was found that gamers that played for prolonged periods of time developed a mental disability known as ADHD, also known as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and they were unable to concentrate on a sequence of events. Next, it was found that gamers who played for more than 10 hours of day regularly had a decreased amount of gray matter in their brain, which can lead to cognitive impairment. And lastly, impaired problem-solving skills. Though gaming can enhance our problem-solving skills, some games focus on trial and error method rather than critical thinking and strategic planning. And adapting to this trial and error method can hinder or impair the problem-solving skills, which can affect us in our later years. And I'm sure that even after seeing all the negative points, us gamers will not stop quitting, and our moms will keep scolding us for it. But worry not, gamers, we have just the thing for you. In our next slide, we'll discuss the moderation and recommendations. Firstly, setting a timing and limits to our gaming can definitely negate or reduce the negative impacts. Second, taking breaks in between our gaming sessions can reduce the strain on our eyes. And for this, I would like to present the 20-20-20 rule, which basically states to look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds every 20 minutes. And lastly, while gaming is a very fun activity and can be addicting, we should not forget to have real-world interaction with our friends and loved ones. And I would like to take a moment, take a glance at the key points of our discussion today. Firstly, gaming is a great source of entertainment, and there are many different types of gaming for different genres, for different preferences. And while there are negative effects of gaming, there are more positive, and the negative effects can be negated by following the recommendations we previously stated. And with all these points in mind, in closing, I would like to thank each and every one of you for your time, attention, and engagement. Your presence has made this PowerPoint presentation truly meaningful. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I would again request the judges to please ask the questions.
Thank you for the presentation. The way you represent your, presentation and the data in the form of real-time statistical figure, that was very nice. Okay. So, question to you. For example, if I want to put a logo in my slides, of all of my slides in my presentation, so which feature of PowerPoint do we use?
So we can insert the logo in Slide Master.
Very good. Why do we use notes in PowerPoint?
So we use notes to remember certain things.
Okay. Will it be reflected while you slide through the presentation?
No, sir, that can be used while presenting presenter view.
What is the position do we refer to write the notes usually in the slides?
Can you repeat the question?
What is the position of the slide? Where do we usually write our notes?
So in the slideshow, there's a place to write notes after the view position.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
You showed 4 types of gaming. Which one is your favorite? Which game do you play?
Sir, I personally play the most action types of video games.
Have you ever become aggressive then?
So I used to be aggressive before, but then I learned about moderation and balancing, and now I don't get aggressive anymore on the gaming. So,
what about you?
So I actually prefer strategic games like COC.
Now my question regarding PowerPoint, how do you encrypt a PowerPoint presentation?
So encrypting with a password.
Can you give me the steps?
So first click on File and Info and set a password. It will ask for a password. Enter that and then re-enter it and then set a password.
Will you share that password?
Of course not.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, participants. We are pleased to have your participation in this event. You may please take this making this event a grand success. Now it is indeed my honor to invite on stage our chief guest, Sir Terence Mukia, and may I please request Sir Terence to share some words with us. Please welcome Sir Terence with a huge round of applause.
It was an entertaining, educative experience. Dear and respected man Mondo, the principal of Greenhill English School, all the teachers who are present here for this particular PowerPoint presentation, my dear students, and I don't want to forget Sir T.T. Sherpa as well. Actually, I am surprised that he lost his son, which I was not that aware of. So I really pray to God that his son's soul may enjoy eternal bliss in heaven. I know these 2 judges very well, those who are seated here. Sir Nikhil, he is the head of the department of BCA, Bachelor of Computer Studies at Salesian College, Sonada, and Bachelor of Computer Application. And Jivan sir was in the same post once upon a time. And these 2 professors who are seated here, up to my knowledge, were very good ones. Till now they are very expert at their job, and you did the right thing by inviting them as judges. You see, we human beings have a certain cognition and structure. In order to critique analyze what we did today, we do need to understand the cognitional structure of a human mind. I'm Mondo for inviting me here as the chief guest, and this is not my first time at Greenhill English School. At the same time, I'd like to thank all the staff members, both teaching and non-teaching, of this famous Greenhill English School. You are doing very well, and all the best to you. And I'd like to extend my greetings as well as thanks to all the teachers, those who are present here. Some of them I know, and many of them I do not know. And to all the students who did a wonderful job. Wonderful, no, wonderful means wonderful. I liked all the 8 presentations, and you taught me a lot. And to our mic operator, our Ashok Raju, Raju, your name is Ashok, no? Yes, Raju, and all those who are helping here in sound system and all those things. They are a part and parcel of us. Once again, thank you, and I pray to God that the Almighty may bless us all and help us to lead our students in the best possible path that we can, because we are preparing you students for such a future, for such jobs which we are not sure of. Thank you.
To collect the score sheet from our judges for the final tally. I would also request the judges to come up on the stage to share their experience and give us a few insights from this event today.
I think it was a wonderful event. First of all, I'd like to thank my principal of Greenhill School and the management committee of school for hosting such a wonderful event and inviting me to be a part of it. Okay, and thank you all of the teacher representatives from all of the schools taking initiative to be a part of such a wonderful event. It was like I was like shocked when I saw their presentation as a judge, because I have been teaching in Christian College for last 6 years, and I have been teaching in school also before that, okay, but I have not been in such kind of wonderful presentation and such kind of speaker throughout my journey of academic years. Okay, so it was wonderful, and this kind of events should be hosted in a regular basis, so that as what Terence also told us, like we need to be in touch with the technology nowadays. We have been hit by the COVID in 2020 very hard, and at that point of time we knew the immense and the needs of technology which we were unaware of at that point of time. But after that we knew that technology has so much of impact and so much of advantage in our daily life. So we are aware of that, and I think we should get along with the technology so that we can have a future software developer, future gamer developer and all in our field and from our area also. So having saying that, thank you for such a wonderful event. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, respected judges. Thank you for being here to support and encourage these talented students who competed today. We'll be taking a few moments and then we'll have the result declaration for today. Please have some patience. Let's give a huge round of applause for our judges for the declaration of results.
Okay. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Okay. We start from the third. Third, please. Assembly of God with 77 points. Second, Gyanada Educator with 78 points. Any guesses for the first? Any guesses? Okay. The first place goes to San Antonio with 80 points.
We need for the rest?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Let's give them a huge round of applause. Come on. Congratulations to gather the indicators. School Kershaw, your winners for today. And congratulations to all the participating schools as well.
So, this is the trophy and it goes to Anthony's, okay? Okay, yes it. Your face has to go. Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the champions of the 2023 AHLIS Cup, St. Anthony's School. With this, we have come to the end of the program, and now I would like to request Ms. Ekta Vimari to come upon the stage and give the vote of thanks.
Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. On behalf of our school, I would like to extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest who spared time from his busy schedule to grace this occasion. I would like to thank the judges for attending the competition and submitting your honors verdict. I thank all the participating schools and their teachers in charge and students to make today's program a grand success, as it was able to attract the attention of all curious and motivated students who are willing to learn and explore. A special thanks goes to our principal ma'am who took the responsibility of this competition to be success. Thank you for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best. And even like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months in advance. It required planning and bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff of our institution who are well versed in their job. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank our loving teachers for their untiring effort. I'd like to thank the MCs for carrying the program so successfully. Thanks to the sound system team, the technical team, the registration team, the ones in charge of timekeeping. Thanks to all the volunteers for your help. I'd like to thank all the students to be disciplined and honored. Last but not the least, I thank God Almighty for showering His blessings upon today's function. Thank you.
A day filled with talent, sportsmanship, and academic excellence is now coming to its end. And for this, I would like to call upon Ms. Sapna D. Madhur to come upon the stage and blow out the diyas to mark the end of the program. Thank you for your patience and your presence today. I would like to congratulate all the schools for participation and all the winners. Now, you can all head over downstairs for refreshments. Thank you.